But first, Prince Harry choked up in court yesterday as he gave his final testimony in his lawsuit against Mirror Group newspapers, saying he'd feel an injustice if his claims of phone hacking were dismissed, and that the alleged hacking contributed to a huge amount of paranoia in his relationships and left it very hard for him to trust anyone. Now, the Mirror Group deny the allegations, but do you think he did the right thing in pursuing this, Linda?
Yeah, I do. I mean, he's just looking out for his family, really, wasn't he? And I think obviously there's been a lot of intrusion in his life and a lot of stuff in the papers and whatever on television about him and that. So, yeah, I think he did the right thing by going to court to find out, you know, what actually, if it really did happen. But you've had some of this as well, Denise, haven't you?
Well, in terms of, like, the feelings, you definitely have, haven't you? Because when he was in court, he talked about that paranoia, he said that mistrust amongst his friends, and he said that led to bouts of depression, that it was really hard for him to trust people. And that's very similar to your situation, isn't it?
Well, yes. I mean, I think that regardless of the outcome of this, Prince Harry has risked a lot to put himself front and centre of this trial. And he has wanted to have his day in court and just to have his voice be heard. I, several years ago, was contacted by the police and asked to go to Putney Police Station, where I spent several hours, and they showed me that they had... they said to me, what's happened is that you have been hacked and you have had a bug put in your hotel room on 2 occasions to find out information about you. And this has gone over several years, and you're sat there faced with a whole series of events that you had no idea you were being eavesdropped on in your conversations. And it made me reevaluate my whole section of my life. It had started when I just had Louis. Now, I know that some of my behaviours, you know, caused by alcohol and addictions and everything, so I'm not saying I was some little goody two-shoes person, but irrespective of that, to actually, if certain newspapers were prepared to go to those lengths to bug my hotel room, little old me, you know, a jobbing actress, please don't tell me that they did not do that on a major, major, major industrial scale with Prince Harry and the royal family for years.
Well, I mean, I will reiterate that the Mirror Group does say that this is untrue.
Well, of course they do.
But in terms of your relationships, presumably you would have thought that there were certain members of your friendship circles and certain members of your family.
Well, of course you do, Charlene, because you have no idea that such an absolutely dreadful thing would be occurring. It never occurred to you that that was happening. So when there are situations where something comes out in the press, yes, there are always the chance that somebody could have sold that. But there are some things in life that you know are so private that you have told one person. Who are you going to... Against everything, you think that person could never have said or done anything, but that doubt never goes away. And there was one incident when the police told me that a bug had been put in a certain hotel room. I was doing a series, and there was and downstairs in the morning, before I knew this, there was a certain actor from this show. So when this story came out, right, which was a pretty non-eventful thing, but regardless of that, when this came out in the paper, who did I blame?
The actor.
The actor that was there at the hotel, because it was the only person who actually knew that I was there.
What about the hotel staff?
Well, of course there was a hotel staff, but I know now it wasn't the hotel staff. It was somebody had put a bug in my hotel room. So, yes, on occasions, we all know over the years, I've been in the business long enough, hotel staff are paid 200 quid, 300 quid to dob people, I know that. But when you actually sit there and are faced with the evidence that the police have got to say, this is what we've got. At one point in my life, I was doing a series in Windsor, and they had actually rented a flat above an estate agent's opposite me to spy on me for a fortnight. So if they're doing that to me, some bird off the telly, what are they doing to him? You know, and also all editors were responsible for this. You know,
well, you can't say all editors, because we have
I can't prove all editors, but to have a successful newspaper, everybody was at it, in my opinion. It's my opinion, and I have enough knowledge to know that this probably went on.
So we know that certain journalists hack phones. They've been to prison for it. And I kind of feel that it's not like that now. And I kind of feel that Harry's case is sort of fighting a battle that's already been won.
Yeah, but Jane, you wake up every single day and see what they are saying. OK, they might not be hacking his phone, but they are literally They are absolutely crucifying him and his wife on a daily basis. The hatred is off the scale. We all hate waking up and seeing a bad headline.
Mainstream media or social media?
I'm talking about mainstream media.
A lot worse.
Mainstream media are absolutely vile and disgusting and toxic towards that couple.
Well, there has been elements of that, but I think in the beginning, I don't agree with that at all. But going back to
I don't know how you can disagree with it,
going back to the court case, you know, it's a civil court case. It's not a criminal court case. But, you know, there is the burden of proof. And in a civil case, you have to have what's called a preponderance of evidence, which means that, you know, the facts have to stack up. I think the 32 or 33 instances that he came up with where he believes it was got by unlawful means, that it has not been proven.
Well, the Mirror have to prove that 32 episodes didn't happen. Well, he has to prove that one did, and I'm pretty sure that everybody knows what happened.
Tell me which one he proved did.
We don't know yet till September.
What do you mean?
Well, because...
No, we've just heard it all.
Yeah, but the thing is, he basically says that, so the judge is going to go away and he's going to look at these and see if they can actually clarify that one of those happened. To me, even if he doesn't prove it, OK, I don't think there is one person, except journalists, who actually believe that that didn't happen on an industrial scale.
But that's not the point.
A chance to say
that's not the point of a court case.
It's the point of his court case.
You have to be able to prove something in court. A court is not a place to vent your, you know, hold a press conference by all means. You know, everybody would turn up to his press conference, start a campaign against the media.
Jane, do you believe that Prince Harry wasn't hacked? Jane, do you believe that Prince Harry was not hacked on an industrial scale?
I don't know. If I'm honest, I don't know.
And that is a journalist's viewpoint. And one of my best friends, but a journalist's viewpoint.
You have known me for 30 years.
Yes,
Do you trust me?
I trust you implicitly, but I don't trust many of your colleagues.
Well, you know... You, again, burden of proof.
And that is what this all boils down to. I think it's safe to say Denise is back.